Okay, this video I'm just gonna talk about how I started a plant-based diet. So, as you all may know, if you've watched the first few of my videos, I had a head elevation, and I recall, not wanting to eat. It was so uncomfortable. I just didn't want to eat. And then when I would eat, it it um it was it was painful to, you know, open my mouth to put it in my mouth, and my jaw, head, face was, not as comfortable as I would have liked it to have been, and then when I finally would eat, I couldn't taste it. And so it's like I didn't want to go through the effort of, I'm kind of turned around in this chair. I didn't want to go through the effort of trying to chew some food, and it was painful, and I wasn't even tasting it. It was just like nothing. It didn't matter whether I ate, if it was a banana, if it was a piece of chicken, if it was whatever, I cooked sardines. I wasn't tasting it. So, I didn't have much of an appetite. And then, um, and of course, with the TBI, I also, was always feeling like I was gonna, always feeling nauseated. So, the last thing I wanted to do was eat, okay, and chew with a headache. So, um, and then later down the road, when I did eat, I remember the first time I got sick over some smoked turkey. My sister made some good old smoked turkey and greens, with smoked turkey leg bones and greens. But stuff that I was normally eating, it was just, uh, I was just feeling nauseated, like I was wanting to, you know, regurgitate it. And then when I chicken, because I can fry some good chicken, but I haven't done it in years. Actually, I've never fried any chicken since I've moved into this condo. I haven't. Now, so I allowed someone, which I wish I hadn't have, but I can't do anything about it now. I allowed someone to do that, and I paid for it because I felt it. But anyway, I that's what I get. So then I remember the first time, which this was very disappointing. The very first time I got sick off of chicken, and and I grew up. My grandmother raised chickens, and um, I had a traumatizing experience around that, but I'm not going to talk about it. But anyway, I wasn't a chicken's friend, and I I just felt like, nauseated, like regurgitating, and I was just like, what is going on? And so basically, um, I just and this is one of the things that was really different after my TBI. I've always been a highly sensitive visual empath, but it seems like after my TBI, like when my head shook, like the neurologist said, he said that your head shook really good up in there. That's what your skull is for. And so, um, it's just like I could feel things. It's almost like it magnified times 100. I can even feel things like, go outside or even be inside and know that something is going on. For instance, um, the day Michael Jackson passed, I felt it. I was actually at work, and for those of you who know me, I'm a workaholic, and I get my paperwork done. No one can ever deny that. Ha ha ha. And I remember I don't do this, and it was in the middle of the day, sort of like maybe 1 or 2 o'clock or something. Anyway, but I just kept feeling just strange, and and so I just decided to go home, and I just went home, and the whole time I was asking myself, why am I going home? What's going on? Why am I going home? And so when I came home, and then I sat on the couch, and I'm not a fan of TV, but I was home in the middle of the day, which was very unusual. And then I turned on the TV, and then Michael Jackson was at a hospital in downtown Los Angeles, and you know, and this is how I really feel. And I don't care if you agree with me or you disagree with me. Um, he had such a beautiful soul. Also, my Burgoyne brother. And I, you know, I'm. I won't say anything on that else on that. And so after my head elevation, it's almost like it magnified 100, because now I could sense things all around the world, and my attention would be going to certain places, and I won't go into some of them right now because this is not what this video is about. But and so basically I just couldn't taste the food. So basically I was sitting right here at this table, and then I all of a sudden I was starting to accept that I started noticing anytime I would eat animals, I would feel, for instance, I would have pains, and like I'd get a headache, and I remember that person that I allowed to cook the chicken in my home. I remember eating a chicken leg that was broken, and I even made note of it, like, it's broken, and I ate it, and of course I had the pain in my leg. And so after that I accepted, okay, there is something going on here. So, and the reason why I say that's what I get, because I had actually made peace I had made peace with all the animals that had been sacrificed that I had consumed. So I made peace with that, and it was a real spiritual experience. It was a real supernatural experience, because I understood at that moment that I had ingested something that had a life and soul, and I consumed something that was dead. And so basically I can't eat meat. Now I can eat it, but I'm going to pay the consequence. So basically I was only able to eat things that grew from the ground. So if it grew from the ground and it wasn't poison, then I would consume it. And so that's basically how it started. I would eat. Basically, I don't eat what I can't eat. And so it's like it goes back to me believing that my body not naturally healed, and I started listening to my body. And it's like I listen to myself. I ask myself if I need to know something, especially with my healing and recovery, because people outside of me were making things more difficult, regardless of what their intentions were. I understand their intentions were good and beautiful, but they wasn't understanding how sensitive I was, or they wasn't believing me. I don't know. So yeah, that's it. So I eat. Well, right now I'm just eating fruit. I love fruit. The fruit, and a friend suggested this to me, where I just eat fruit, and it's like I just feel great when I eat fruit. And so I eat fruit, vegetables, and nuts mainly. And I eat brown rice, and I like wild rice, and beans, all beans. And I mean, I might do something different, change up. And I do have a weakness. I don't even want to confess it, but I do have a weakness. But it's not meat, though. But it's close. Well, no, yeah, it is. It's close. And so if I do deviate, okay, my weakness, it is chips. It is chips. And I pay for it. And also the other thing too is again, like I said, I don't like labels, but I'm sure some of you have noticed, I had trichotillomania as well. And after my head elevation, of course, depression, anxiety, all just peaked. And so I was really picking my skin and picking my hair, and also, and there was a period in my life where I had lost a lot of my hair prior to me getting my hair locked. I had bald spots over here, and on the back it was pretty bald. And actually, my niece, one of my nieces, was doing my hair, and it was just coming out in her hands. And so basically I just stopped processing my hair, and just started growing it. But right now, I recently had shaved all this off and I decided to let it grow back. So that's what's going over there. But I've always had the two bald spots. Those have been there all my life. My mother has them. My cousin, my grandmother. It's hereditary. However, I believe a lot of this, in my opinion, was just stress because I lived a very stressful life, and up until I hit my head. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. Up until my head in the elevation, and which is why, I am in such a place of calm and peace and rest and love and happiness and joy. And that's what I choose to do right now. And if you can't do that and you can't be that, and that's not where you are, then you go do you wherever you like, wherever you choose. It's all right with me. And also about the comments. The first videos I put up, because the ones I'm in the foundation and just kind of talking about, what I'm doing right now, I'm just laughing because I laugh a lot. Oh, I make up words too, and I laugh a lot because, like I said, there's so many things going on, and I'm thinking about something funny, but I'm in the middle of speaking, and I know that, and I have to continue. But also, I wanted to say is, those of you who know me know that I don't do anything unless I really believe in it. And if I'm doing it, like whatever I was involved in, is like I genuinely, sincerely believe in it. And so, and actually, I am doing right now what I believe in, and I am connected with the tribe, a group of people that I just am just so grateful for. So wholeness and balance vibration to my brothers and sisters. Let's see, what else would I want to say? I'm gonna pause.